Sean Diddy Combs' accuser revealed as Anna Kane, ex-wife of NHL star Evander Kane. What would you do if someone you trusted turned out to be someone completely different? That's the reality of Anna Kane, the ex-wife of NHL star Evander Kane, is facing as she steps forward with allegations against Sean Diddy Combs. Claims that are as shocking as they are personal. With over 20 women accusing Diddy of horrifying crimes, Anna's story adds a deeply human perspective to this growing scandal. But what does her case mean for one of music's biggest names? And how far will this all go? Let's dig in and find out. But before we dive into the shocking details of Anna Kane's allegations and what this means for Sean Diddy Combs, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. You won't want to miss updates as this scandal unfolds. There's so much more to uncover in this explosive story. It's official. Anna Kane, the ex-wife of NHL star Evander Kane, has stepped into the spotlight as one of the growing number of women accusing Sean Diddy Combs of sexual assault. And this revelation is sending shockwaves across both the music and sports worlds. So here's the deal. Legal documents show that Anna was forced to reveal her identity to move forward with her lawsuit against Diddy. She initially hoped to stay anonymous, but when the defendants pushed back, she didn't back down. "I had hoped to use a pseudonym in pursuing justice for what happened to me as a teenager," she said in a statement to TMZ via her lawyer. "Defendants' demand that I use my name was an attempt to intimidate me, but I am not intimidated. I am prepared to proceed and hold accountable those who have harmed me." According to her claims, the story dates back to 2003, when Anna says she was just 17. She alleges she met Bad Boy Entertainment's president, Harvey Pierre, in Detroit. And what happens next? Well, she says Pierre invited her into a private jet to meet Diddy. That jet landed in New York, where Anna claims she was taken to a recording studio. And here's where things take a disturbing turn. She alleged that Diddy and others gave her drugs and alcohol before sexually assaulting her. As the night wore on, the 17-year-old Miss Kane became more and more inebriated, eventually to the point that she could not possibly have consented to having sex with anyone, much less someone twice her age, the complaint states. While at the studio, Miss Kane was gang raped by Mr. Combs, the third assailant, and Mr. Pierre in that order. The lawsuit includes the 4 photos that were taken in the studio that night, leaving no doubt that Miss Kane was in Mr. Combs' New York City studio, with Mr. Combs on the night she was raped. These images are presented as evidence to substantiate her claims and provide that her legal team describes as undeniable proof of her presence there. Soon after Kane's lawsuit was filed last December, Combs fired back with a strong public defense. "Enough is enough. For that last couple of weeks, I have sat silently and watched people try to assassinate my character, destroy my reputation and my legacy," he wrote on social media. "Let me be absolutely clear. I did not do any of the awful things being supposed. I will fight for my name, my family, and for the truth." Despite his denial, Combs is currently in jail awaiting trial. The case has thrown a massive spotlight on the music mogul and the deeply disturbing allegations against him. Before we dive deeper into how Anna Kane's case fits into the mounting accusations against Diddy and the ripple effects it's creating, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. This is one story you don't want to miss as it continues to unfold with new twists and turns every day. So who exactly is Anna Kane? Anna Kane is widely recognized as the ex-wife of Canadian ice hockey player Evander Kane. The two married in 2018 and experienced both joy and heartbreak during their time together. In 2019, they suffered a devastating pregnancy loss, but the following year brought happiness with the birth of their daughter, Kensington, in July 2020. However, their marriage didn't last long. Just 1 year later, in July 2021, Anna filed for divorce. The split was far from amicable, as public disputes between the couple quickly surfaced. According to various reports, Anna accused Evander of abandoning their family, failing to provide financial support, being abusive, and even struggling with gambling issues. Meanwhile, Sean Diddy Combs remains in the special housing unit at Brooklyn's Metropolitan Detention Center, where he has been held since his September 17th arraignment on criminal charges. Despite multiple attempts to secure release on the bond, the rapper and music mogul remain behind bars. Investigators allege that the 55-year-old orchestrated an elaborate scheme using his wealth and status in the entertainment industry to fulfill his sexual desires, in what they describe as a recurrent and widely known pattern of abuse. The allegations have sent shockwaves through the industry, further amplifying the gravity of the case against Combs. Sean Diddy Combs is facing some of the most serious charges of his life: sex trafficking, racketeering, and transportation to engage in prostitution. And while he's pleaded not guilty to every allegation, the accusations against him keep piling up. Combs insists all of his sexual encounters were consensual, but the lawsuit tells a very different story, with claims of rape, trafficking, and sexual abuse spanning decades, from 1990s all the way to 2022. Anna Kane's lawsuit isn't the only one raising eyebrows. Just 3 weeks before she came forward, Combs' ex-girlfriend, singer Cassie, dropped her own bombshell case, accusing him of rape, sex trafficking, and physical abuse. But in a shocking twist, Combs and Cassie settled the very next day. While the details are hush-hush, his lawyers have hinted at a substantial 8-figure settlement. Yes, 8 figures. Now, Kane's case has stirred even more conversation because she's been ordered to reveal her identity to move forward. It's a bold move, but one that could actually work in her favor. And for other survivors, too. The legal provision Kane is suing under has given hope to women whose alleged assaults happened after 2000, opening doors for them to seek justice. But here's where it gets tricky. Kane isn't the only one forced to go public. Just last month, Judge Mary Kay Viscoso ruled that another accuser, Candace McCreary, must use her real name to proceed with her case. McCreary alleged that Combs forced himself on her after they met at a photo shoot in 2004. And while Kane and McCreary are stepping into the spotlight, 20 other anonymous cases against Combs are still hanging in the balance. Different judges are wrestling whether those accusers can stay anonymous or will also have to go public. So what do you think? Will Combs' defense hold up, or is this just the beginning of his empire crumbling under the weight of these allegations? Well, as much as it has already crumbled facing all these cases, it turns out to be the worst year for Diddy, right? This decision isn't just about individual cases. It's creating a ripple effect that could change how courts handle high-profile cases like this. With Combs' legal battles making headlines almost daily, everyone is watching to see how this unfolds. It's anyone's guess which way the judges will lean in these cases. UCLA law professor Eugene Volk broke it down for Rolling Stones, explaining there is no real binding precedent that is set for this kind of situation. Different judges will just keep reaching different results, as it appears to be the case in this particular state of litigation. And he's right. Things are all over the place. Some accusers like Ventura, Danny Kane, singer Don Richards, and others have already gone public with their lawsuits using their real names. That could set a tricky precedent for anonymous plaintiffs who may now need to prove why they deserve an exception. But let's not forget the other side of the coin. Judges could still consider the sensitivity of these cases, especially since many allegations involve minors at the time of the assaults. While Judges Clark and Viscoso have ruled in favor of revealing identities, not all judges seem to agree. Several other judges seem to be sympathetic to the claim of pseudonymity. Volk adds, "I would guess that it'll probably end up being split." What does that mean? It's shaping up to be a legal tug-of-war with no clear end in sight. The back and forth is bound to create even more tension as these cases unfold, and every decision could set a new tone for the others that follow. But what do you think? Can a legacy as massive as Diddy's survive these allegations? Or is this the beginning of the end for one of music's most iconic figures? Let us know your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more updates on this unfolding story.